Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and this is VMware vSphere 9 full course, and in today's session we are going to learn about Datastore and Datastore cluster basically, which is also known as a Storage DRS. So which is a very powerful feature for the storage management in VMware virtualization and environment. So by end of this video you will clearly understand what is Datastore cluster is, what is storage DRS does, and why it is important in real environment, and its benefit and real world use cases. And finally we are going to do a complete hands-on lab step-by-step demo in this video. So let's get started. So the very first thing to understand what is data store cluster. So a data store cluster is a logical grouping of multiple data store into a single unit. So you can say in our environment we have three data stores, and we are going to create one data store cluster out of those three individual data stores. So it will work as a logical group, you can say. So instead of managing each data store individually, you can combine them and manage them as a single identity. So that is basically storage data store cluster. So this help in simplifying the storage management and makes operation more efficient. So think of like this: instead of manually basically choosing where to store each virtual machine, and you let VMware intelligently basically decide the best data store for your virtual machine within a cluster. So that is how the data store so it provide you if operation and operations basically more efficiently, and reduce the manual work for the data store management, which is going to be your day by day operations. So now the next very important topic is what is storage DRS. So storage DRS stands for storage distributed resource scheduler. So it's basically an intelligent feature that automatically balance the storage loads, place the virtual machine in most suitable data store, and prevent any data store from becoming overutilized. So storage DRS work based on two key factors. Basically, first one is space utilization, ensure no data store become full or distribute VMs evenly across all the data stores. And second one is IO latency. So monitors disk performance across all your data stores, and if the latency increase, it migrate the virtual machine to a other data store to improve the performance. So this automation reduce the manual effort and improve the efficiency of your overall infrastructure. So it is highly recommended to use a fully automated basically mode in the storage DRS. So while doing the lab configuration, I'll show you that also. So the next very important question: why do we need a data store cluster? So let's understand the difference. So without data store cluster, you basically manually select the data store for every virtual machine and place it on the selected virtual machine in the dedicated data store. So high chances for uneven storage uses, may be depending on the disk IO performance or latency, or maybe utilization both. So some data store become full while other will be going to be underutilized. So with data store cluster, automatic VM placement in the correct data store and balance the storage utilization based on capacity and performance, so reduce administrative overhead. So the key benefit of using data store cluster: automate the data store management completely, balance the capacity utilization, improve the storage performance for the virtual machines, and reduce the manual efforts and better scalability. So while you are doing, maybe if you are working with 10 virtual machine, it is easy for you to manually do the administration for data store. But if you have 100 machines or thousands of machines, it is very difficult to manage the data store day-to-day operation. So that's where the data store cluster and storage DRS works, and intelligent VM placement and reduce risks of data store getting full and data store level issues. So some let's take some real life use cases. So let's understand where is the this is used in real environment or production, you can say. So the very first thing is large enterprise environment. In large organization, hundred of data stores exist, so thousands of virtual machines are deployed. So manually managing these stores become impossible. So cluster basically can automate this entire workflow or management of your data store with the virtual machines. So dynamic workload, second one is dynamic workload. So application continuously grow and shrink basically. So storage DRS automatically migrate virtual machines from one data store to another data store and maintain the optimal performance across your all data stores in the environment. So avoiding storage hotspot. So sometime one data store gets overloaded and performance get degraded. So storage DRS balance the load and avoid hotspot basically in the your environment. So optimize VM deployment. When deploying a new VM, storage DRS automatically select the best data store. This ensure the optimal placement without doing any manual effort to your environment. So these are the some key features where you can use the storage DRS and storage cluster in your production environment. So now let's go to the demo environment. So this is my demo environment which we have deployed throughout this course. So I got my domain controller and DNS server, and then my storage server which is providing the shared storage across my all three ESXi hosts, and then I got my vCenter server appliance. So let me show you. So this is my Active Directory and DNS server, and I got my three ESXi hosts, ESXi 1, 2 and 3, and then I got my vCenter server appliance running inside the VMware workstation, and this is my storage server which is providing three basically shared storage for all my three ESXi hosts, and size is approx 1 terabyte. So now let me go here, and if I go to this cluster and select the data store, you should be able to see I got three data store which is approx 1 terabyte in size, and these are the data store which I am going to use to create a storage cluster. So I'll click here on basically on the data store. So now right click on your DC and then go to storage, and then you can select the new data store cluster. So click here, and now you need to provide the name and location. So this is going to be location is going to be my LHO DC, which is LHO data center inside the VMware, and I'll go ahead and call it prod data store cluster. And data store type, I'm going to select the VMFS, so it will show you all the VMFS available and eligible for configuring the cluster, storage cluster basically. And turn on storage DRS is the feature which is going to automate. If you basically disable this, it will simply go and ask you to select the cluster and then select the data store, and then that's all, and it will tell you all the options like how many data store we have selected, what is the cluster and host configuration and all. So let me go ahead and you can see the storage DRS is disabled, so I'll go ahead and enable the storage DRS also. So turn on, and now we got two more pages basically, storage DRS automation. So here you can select the no automation, so manual mode. So vCenter will basically make migration recommendation for virtual machine storage, but do not perform any automatic migration. So in I don't know why you should use this. So most of the time things are basically configured on fully automated. So files are will be migrated automatically to optimize resource utilization. And you can see depending on the configuration, space utilization space balance is going to be automatic, and rule enforcement automation level, everything is going to be used as a cluster settings. And then if you want, you can definitely change this depending on your requirement, but let me go ahead and proceed with the default ones. So we are going to set fully automatic, and this is where the storage DRS runtime settings are. So you can specify the storage space. So let's say detects the minimum level of consumed space on each data store, that is the threshold for action. So by default it's 80%. I highly recommend to keep it 80%, but if you want, you can change it to 90% or anything as per your requirement. So let me go ahead with the 80%, which is the threshold, and also you can fix this threshold by defining the size. So I'll go, I highly recommend to use the space utilization, because if you have even size of a data store in your cluster, it's not going to basically impact. So now click next, and then I'll select my cluster and host, click next, and these are the data store which I have selected. Click next, and then you can see the name of our data store, and then type is going to be a VMFS, and storage DRS is enabled, fully automated, and rest everything. You can see the threshold for the space, and then go ahead and click finish, and now this will create a basically data store cluster, and you can see all these data store are now moved to the this cluster. So now I'll create one more folder here, so let's call it storage, new storage folder, and I'll call it local disk, and I'll move these local disk to this folder basically to have a clear basically presentation for my data stores. So now I got my data store production a data store cluster created with prod hyphen data store cluster, and if I go to host, you should be able to see all the three hosts and data stores which is available here. And if you go to summary, basically you should be able to see the total capacity and users. So it's approx 3 terabyte and total data store, total VMDK. So I got only one virtual machine sitting here, so you can see that information. Also, if you have multiple snapshot, you should be able to see the snapshots also. So virtual machine and templates, we have only one virtual machine, and now if you go, you should be able to see all recommendation and other basically storage recommendation. If you have configured anything, it will come here. Faults are going to come, and history, if there is any migration which is triggered by storage DRS, it will come here. And now if you go to config, you can basically change the settings here depending on your requirement. If you want to change the runtime setting, advanced settings, or maybe the DRS. So in the advanced setting, this is very important. So default VM infinity is keep VMDK together by default. So all the virtual machine disk, let's say if I have one virtual machine which has 3 disks, so it is going to keep all the virtual machine disk in the same folder and the same data store. And check imbalance every 8 hours, so you can reduce and you can increase depending on your requirement. And also you can basically define the minimum space utilization difference. So no recommendation until the utilization difference between source and destination is 1% to 5%, so it will not recommend you anything. So these are the advanced configurations. So, and if you want to configure such as basically VM override, means infinity or any anti-infinity rules, you can configure here. You can configure the rules also. So this is pretty much what I wanted to show you in this demo. So one of the important interview question: what is difference between DRS and SDRS? So DRS basically balance the CPU and memory load across the ESXi host. On storage, DRS balance the storage across all the data stores in the cluster, storage cluster. So in today's session, we have covered what is data store cluster, what is storage DRS, why we need storage cluster and storage DRS, benefit and real world use cases. So, and also we have performed the hands-on lab to create a data store cluster. So data store cluster is basically storage DRS is essential for modern data centers to ensure the efficient, automated, and balanced storage management. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any question, any query related to this, you can always post me my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.